All right, January 31st, 2012. Reality Supreme Being, HRM, Cesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte, presidential candidate, although what I'm really doing is asking the people to create a new position in government above the United States government, completely, altogether independent, because these people just can't be trusted. They are screwing up. Too many cooks in the kitchen. So a minute ago, I was in the first part of the video today, which I call presidential press briefing, which touches on healthcare. And actually, I even touched on why I know what I know. The healthcare goes down to not just the molecular level, it goes down to the atomic level as well. If the president really had quantum physics experts that also have some knowledge about crossing over and linking their knowledge in physics over to healthcare, then you would have a better idea of sequential order supplementation that people need in order to stay healthy and to feel more, to possess self-esteem, to possess a better quality of mental thought patterns. These patterns cannot be messed with because of our independent nature, but this is what they do. Now, a minute ago before I was cut off, it was like 15 minutes and 1 second or 2 seconds. I hope they don't disqualify me. But that Google doesn't say that I went over 1 minute or 2 minutes, and they say, oh, your video is too long. They did that to me previously 3 years ago after I was talking about my house being set on fire, and everybody lost what I said 3 years ago to explain why all this damage has been done to me over menial things. Labor work equity. I was talking about labor work equity before I was cut off, or before I had to stop the video and make a second one. In labor work equity, what we're talking about is the actual expenditure of energy that you are expend when you're, from the time you're born to the time you die. Somehow, some way, the scientific expertise, individuals in authority who have this alleged scientific expertise, came up with a blueprint or a plan to how much a person should be paid for the kind of work they're doing. This is all wrong. Trust me. I know some jobs where they just sit like lawyers. They sit on their can, and the people who are legal do all the legal footwork. They're the ones that do more work than actually the lawyers do. What not only this country but the rest of the world that has any legal systems in place to supposedly help people when they have problems, help people, help companies, corporations, is that the payment plan that sets the market for what these people think they deserve, doctors, sports icons, they get millions and millions of dollars, and lawyers do too, for energy expenditures that don't even come close to what a ditch digger is expending. Now, granted, I know about free choice. If a ditch digger only has so much education, then they're limited in what they can do with their life. So they end up, doing this labor work. But it's way off base, not equal at all. So a person could spend their whole life working harder than anybody else, like I did, and it's a slap in the face how they treat you. They treat you with disrespect. They treat you with prejudice. They treat you with taking your property, your cars, your boats, your motorhomes, and I'm talking about me now, over the most menial things when they could have found alternatives to help a person find a place to put their possessions. Possessions are supposed to be gotten rid of by the choice of the possessor to get rid of them, not because they're being forced to. When you live in a country that has any law that has been implanted where a person is forced to do something against their will because they're given a catch-22 situation, forced into a catch-22 situation, they're forced to get rid of things, this is illegal. This is wrong. It not only takes their possessions, but it also waste their years in their life, weeks, months, years out of a person's life. You alter a person's, remember what I said last tape, life path, because some person that they've given a badge to, a building and safety official, thinks, oh, I'm a cop now, I can do anything I want, I can push the extent of the law on people. No, they become bullies. That's really what they are. The majority of them are nothing but bullies. And they do other things that I'm not going to mention, because if there's even a chance that the people of the United States would put me completely and absolutely in charge over the presidency, over the vice president, over the Congress, over the Senate, over this lousy Supreme Court, inadequate Supreme Court, I might say, then if there's that chance, I'm not going to give away my secrets. Hell with all of you. You can die of your health care. After all, that's what I'm doing. I've been forced now into a situation where I'm not going to seek medical help. My mouth hurts every day. It hurts when I eat. It hurts because I have infections. It hurts because I'm dying, and I don't care. I will die rather than give you anything. You'll have to wait another 500 years or 1,000 years for Caesar's shuffling of cards, his DNA, to be born again. Hopefully, that we'll have a much less harassed and prejudiced life, attacked life, that might be able to give you these cures for cancer and help you. But you've already destroyed that chance by doing what you did to me. And you did it over and over again. And when I asked for help, I called the White House many times. You know, I told you in the other tape how I did it. And they didn't care. Nope. A couple of people in the White House did talk to me. But it didn't go anywhere. Why? Because they have no authority. They can't help. They didn't take it to the right person. Or if they did, they got ignored. Oh, this person's not important. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a goofball. He's an idiot. He's a dummy. Well, I presume that that autistic person that can read one book, one page with each eye, I presume he's a dummy and an idiot too. But yet he gets welfare. He gets taken care of. Doctors Without Borders go to other countries and fix the cleft on a kid's mouth. But dentists, there are no Dentists Without Borders who will work within the United States to help people who are downtrodden and depressed. Their whole life is destroyed, and help them at least keep something of health in their teeth so they don't have to go to dentures, which can be a real hassle, and there's pain involved with that. So why not just get rid of dentures and just give everybody implants? Have socialized medicine. If I was Emperor of the United States, I'd guarantee socialized medicine overnight. And if you doctors don't like it, leave. I'll give you. You won't have to pay for your passport. Here's your passport. Leave. Because you are violating your Hippocratic oath. And doctors ask tons of money beyond what really should be charged to help someone. Dentists especially. Oh, talk about sick people. They're the sickest. Dentists, doctors, lawyers, judges, people in powerful political positions, and you idiot people put them in the office. That's the funniest thing of all. I think I will die laughing when I'm saying my last words that you people deserve not getting anything from me that might have contributed to the next cures for cancer or anything, because you people destroyed my life in the last 10 years. You took my plans, my hopes, my dreams. Here, Obama goes, talks to all these people that have had their homes destroyed in the last natural disaster, and this and that, and I see this crap all spread on TV. Nothing about Caesar. No equal publicity, no equal attention, nothing. No, I'm a nobody. I'm a jerk. I'm just someone to be totally ignored and harassed and predatorized. That's really what has happened to me for the rest of my life, through either direct predatoration or direct neglect, which is the same thing. So yeah, I will be glad when I die, because I have no will to want to go on living. I eat because I have to, because I get hungry, and I try to eat whatever I can eat. Mostly I eat baby food. My teeth will probably get worse and worse, and it'll turn into, like I said, an even worse infection. But while this infection is going on at the atomic level, your atoms, everything in your body is breaking down. Hey, I didn't do this to myself. You people did this. So labor work equity is totally unequal. Minimum wage, all the labor, the way people are paid should be totally redone. Totally, absolutely redone. I hate this. I came off the screen a minute ago because I wasn't touching the mouse, because there's this automatic thing on a computer that shuts down the screen immediately when you're not moving the mouse around. Anyway, another thing I want to point out, you can't post videos on the White House thing. So anything I might say that might be intelligent, see, they'd rather spy on me and take it in secretive, sneaky, conniving ways. Because if they allowed me to post videos in the White House, a lot of people see that. They see me talking, they go, hey, why is this guy being suppressed by the media, by the White House, by the Secret Service, by the LA City Council, by the mayor's office in LA? All these people suppress anything that I have been involved in, including the false reports that were made about me and the different places that I was in. It's all one-way propaganda. They'll let you post some little quips, because the post disappears down into a long string of millions and millions of posts, and the media doesn't listen to that. You're not going to get attention that way. You're not going to get nationwide attention. So you can't post a video on the White House because the media might see it, and then it's a one-way propaganda thing. Why can't you post videos? I said that in one of my other videos. What are you afraid of, White House? What are you afraid of, Congress? What are you afraid of, Senate? You afraid that actually somebody might come up and embarrass the hell out of all of you? Shame all of you for the hypocrites that you all are? Because if Congress, the Senate, and the President can be criticized as being hypocrites, so are the American people, because you voted them into office. Howard Stern, why does he get all this attention? Oh, wow. Yeah, Howard Stern. Whoop-de-doo. And people ignore me just because they don't like the way I look? I see. I presume the Elephant Man was thought of the same way. Oh, he's too ugly. His opinions don't matter. He's not important. Hopefully he'll die soon and we won't have to put up with him anymore. But you never know what a person could contribute if you encourage them instead of suppress them. Because that's my life story, being suppressed instead of encouraged. They destroyed my life. And even if they give me attention, they're control freaks. They'll still want to control everything I do. And that's why you need an emperor. That's why you need a person who's totally above the president, the Congress, the crappy. I will improve the Supreme Court as soon as I get into office. I will improve the presidency, improve the vice presidency, improve the Congress, improve the Senate. Because these people can't do a hell of a thing at all to improve anything. It's the same old story. Did you ever see the movie Things to Come by H.G. Wells? Raymond Massey goes in there and he talks to the so-called great imperial leader of this one area in London, and he says, and they keep printing the newspaper saying, victory is just around the corner. Victory will be ours. Victory will be ours. You know, Aquino once said, there are no winners in any wars. There are no winners in a domestic violence or in a divorce. There are only victims. Actually, I've added to that. Aquino only was talking about wars, but war is everything. Domestic violence, divorces, people not being able to settle things peacefully. And I have an answer for that too, why they're not able to answer things peacefully. But that would take a big long seminar and involves quantum physics and the atomic level and frequency modulation of each human being and so on. Now I just gave a quick, that little quip the White House is going to be listening to. Trust me. They're going to be listening to that and they will use it later in their form, in their English translation, to their advantage. And I won't be heard at all about it. See, they're the idiots, not me. And that's where you're making the most serious mistake of all. Remember I said that every person in the world is precious and important because each person is a different shuffle deck of cards, of DNA, and presents things differently that could stimulate certain people to reach certain research projects that might change things for cures for cancer, better health, and a better world altogether. Anyway, so much for that. I hope that these presidents will have that presidential debate with me on Valentine's Day.